Hey fam, welcome to class. Welcome to your pre-run stretches. I'm about to go for a run in the hills behind me, and I figured now would be the perfect time to show you the warm-ups I do and the stretches I do before I get into it. So with that being said, take your right foot in front, take your left foot behind you, find the longest lunge that you possibly can. Longest lunge. Wake your right toes up into the ground, wake your right heel, wake your left toes up, and try to kick. Imagine that you're kicking a wall behind you with your left foot. So you're kicking a wall, keeping your heel active, and you're turning your left hip forward. So take your left hand, turn over your left side, over your right side, and find that activation. So you're sinking down, you're opening, and maybe your feet start to give you a bit more space, like when you take a long lunge, usually you think, that's your deepest, but maybe your hip flexor starts to wake up. If you're running in the forest or in the city, it's the same idea. Your hip flexor is the thing that's going to lead the way. It's going to give you the power to lift the foot. So might as well work into it, generate that power to begin with. Take your left hand over your right knee, sink in a little and twist a little as you breathe. Find that sense of opening within your being. Keep pressing the left foot back. Maybe scooch a little bit longer. Notice if you can get a bit lower. My toes are active. Everything's active. We're almost there. If your hip flexor is talking to you, say hello, right? You are going to wake it up in a few moments when you run. And then when that feels good, scooch your way back. Shake it out. Maybe your left leg is a bit taller compared to your right, but no worries. We're going to balance that out. So take your left foot in front of you, your right foot goes back, and then the same idea. Kick a wall with your right heel, waking up your right hip flexor. Take your right hand over your left knee and add a little bit of a twist. So you notice as you kick the right foot behind you, you feel the right psoas and your hip flexor start to pull as you twist over to the left. So it's a gentle twist. Maybe scooch the feet a tad bit longer. Notice that gives you more space in your legs, more space in your stance, and keep your chest upright. So avoid falling somewhere. Keep the chest nice and upright. Feel that action. Breathe into it. Not too long, I promise. If you're going to be climbing hills, if you're climbing any incline, you need your hip flexors to be awake because your hip flexors are going to take your knee up and forward. So you need to wake that space up. And your toes, your toes are always moving. So breathe into it, sink into it, almost done. Maybe scooch a little more. And then let it go. Oof, shake that out. Walk around, enjoy the view. Maybe you're in the middle of nowhere as well. Or maybe you're at home. Well, it's okay. Shake it out. Let's get the hamstrings into the equation. So press your toes into the ground. Bend your knees and try to get your chest to your feet, to your knees. And then you can gently take the hands in front of you. Press your toes into the ground as you bend down and then bend forward. So you're bending down and then you bend the knees, look up, bending down. And then you bounce around a little bit. If you want to bend one knee and bounce, you can do that. Bend the other knee and bounce. So you're just finding length in the hip flexor. Something side to side. Maybe you notice a stretch in your side body. This is active. My toes are pressing into the ground, even though you can't see them. They're gripping into the ground, nice and effective. While I explore the space, then I'm going to pull my toes up and press my heels into the ground. My fingertips are still on the ground, and now I'm bouncing. So my toes are pulling up to my face, and I'm bouncing. Finding that action, finding that length, finding my breath, and now I'm going to press my toes into the ground, length, push my hips back, and then bounce again. So same idea, toes down, feeling long in my hamstring, and then toes lift, pressing my heels down, and then stretching. Find your breath, find something interesting, and then last time press the toes down, bounce, heels go down, toes go down, and then release, move left, move right, release the effort, not the stretch. Just move a little left, a little right. Maybe you want to come on with the right foot. Maybe you want to come on with the left foot. You want to bend the knees. Notice if you have more territory in the hamstrings, but it's also active. And then tuck your chin, roll your hips up, find a breath. Okay, maybe your hamstrings are nice and long, nice and open. Let's do one last motion to open up the spine and to wake up the front body. So just take your hands behind your lower back, and you can. I'm going to squeeze my glutes, press my toes into the ground, and push my hips forward as I look behind me. And then I'll bend the knees and I'll look down. The reason why I do this is I use barefoot shoes, so I can't lean forward when running. I have to be a bit more upright, and that's actually given me a better stance when running long distances. So squeeze your glutes, push your knees forward, and then bend your knees, sink into it. So just about 2 more times. Squeeze your glutes open. Notice if you get longer and come down. Maybe last time, go to a space that's interesting. Maybe you looked at the floor or the ground. Bend down for a moment, feel the hamstrings, and then roll up your spine, open your chest. Maybe feel about 10 inches taller. I feel good. I hope you do too. Shake your feet out, open up new territory. Take any other stretches you want, like usually we, catch a leg and pull back, but feel that activation when you do it and see if your balance is starting to plug in, if your toes wake up and if you're ready to go. Well, I'm ready to go. I hope this short stretching session was interesting and you found something good within your being. Go for a run, enjoy it, and let me know how it worked out for you in the comments. I'm so curious and always interested if you enjoyed my style of stretching. Well, have a good one. See you maybe for the post running stretches. Have a good one.